Hey, if your high ticket program isn't getting the love and attention that it deserves, I'm going to walk you through 3 specific examples really quick of what's potentially getting in the way, especially if you're running online ads. These examples kind of bring it to life for you. I can tell you that these are the 3 that kind of come to life all the time, especially with the coaches that I talk to every day. They're putting out Facebook ads. Not enough people are getting to their webinar. They're not even getting to the point where their offer is getting in front of enough people. So again, these are the 3 things that come to me every single week. So just want to put them out there again and take a look at your Facebook ads afterwards and see if one of these 3 things is potentially getting in the way of you getting results. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. Okay, so the first one is an example here. I've got it's a stuttering program. So it kind of goes through and helps people that have a stutter get through that, talk more confidently and smoothly as they go along. And this is kind of example number 1. So example number 1 is you're a little bit too focused on the problem, especially in your Facebook ads. So obviously calling out somebody's problem is a great way to capture attention. It's something that you should do in selling your high ticket program. It's a great way to just get the ball rolling, get them focused. But a lot of times in focusing on the problem, you can see it here as you read through some of the ad. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's on the screen here and you can look it up a little bit more. But like, again, it's kind of meeting the audience where they are, talking about the problems, talking about those trigger moments for them, especially if they have a stutter, stirring up those emotions to put them in the right place to hear that high ticket offer. But the problem is that it doesn't, especially in these first few lines, it doesn't give me any hope of something new. It doesn't give me a transformational story. It doesn't talk about the outcome of that. It just really makes the audience kind of make them feel really bad about themselves. And again, when they feel a lot of shame and when you stir up those emotions but don't give them hope on the other side, they're gonna just not take action and they're just gonna move on and they're gonna feel really bad about themselves. So again, put a transform like very high up. You can obviously call out their problem, especially in that first line, but get to that transformation right away, get to that outcome that they want right away as well. So that's problem number 1 is not getting to that transformation, teasing out that transformation. Number 2. Number 2 is all about not having a big enough outcome or a big enough promise. This is what I see with high ticket programs all the time. If you're asking for 5, 10, 15, 20K in terms of your coaching program, you better have a pretty good promise outcome that people are going to gladly pay that and still see a return on investment. So this is another example of one that I saw just kind of going through another coach that helps hardworking female professionals fed up with being underappreciated work. Again, does a great job of kind of calling out the problems here. But again, in terms of the outcomes that we're looking for, we want to make sure that our outcomes are tangible. Again, if somebody's going to spend 10 or 15K, they better be able to point to something that they tangibly got to pay all that money. So again, as you read through some of these outcomes, they're all intangible. They're all things that seem really nice, but am I going to pay again 10 or 15 for being more authentically confident, influential, impressive around biased executives? Like how much is that worth? I'm not sure. I need something more tangible. Is it a 6-figure position? Is it something else that I can point to and know right away that I've got my return on investment right away? So again, like think about like, is your outcome high, like valuable enough? And is it tangible enough that somebody could easily point to and say like, yeah, that was definitely worth the investment. I got a great return on that. In my opinion, looking at this ad, there's not a big enough promise and there's not enough tangible outcomes that people can point to pay for that. The third thing is looking at like what's different or what's missing about their situation right now. I would kind of focus on what's different. Like, is your program unique enough? It's not like all the other stuff that they've tried. So again, this is like a more positive example of what you should do. A career coach, like a lot of career coaches I see talk about how they're going to help people fill out the resumes and write cover letters, and nobody wants to do that. So if you can introduce, in this case, a different outcome where they don't have to do all those things that they hate doing, and you're going to give them the transformation, you're going to give them the outcome where they can get that 6-figure position without having to, in this case, Right here is the key line. If you really want to take control of your career and land a six-figure role you love, then you can't rely on the same system that positions you as a commodity and leaves you feeling powerless. Again, a really short line, and she gets into it a little bit more in the video about what it's all about. But she's got a transformational, she's got something different here. Like, I don't have to fill out any resumes. I don't have to feel like a commodity anymore. And that's something different. That's a unique mechanism that is different from all the other career coaches out there. That's going to catch my attention. That's going to get people clicking through. That's going to get people watching her webinar, getting on a sales call with her, all those kind of things. So again, think about, especially in your ads, think about, like, are you doing any of these things right now? Are you focusing too much on the problem? Do you look at your outcome? Is it tangible? Is it big enough that somebody would easily pay you 5, 10, 15 plus and get a return on investment and something they can point to right away? And then what's missing, what's different as I look at all of my other competitors? Is this just another iteration of stuff that they see everywhere else? Or am I talking about, like, bypassing all the stuff that they don't want to do, or getting them a different type of result because your your process is unique. You've thought about that unique problem that they don't even know that they have right now, or you developed a unique solution that solves for it along the way. So look at those three things, especially if your Facebook ads aren't working for your high ticket offer. Look at those three things. I can bet you that one of these three things is the problem. Drop me in the comments below. If you are going through your Facebook ads, happy to provide some advice on what that looks like and what the reason might be. Hit that like button on whatever platform you're on, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and I'll catch you on a future live.